Chaos brews within the deep halls and caverns of the Spider Moon. Chaos instigated by our heroes and our villains. Aurangaul, the Ulitharid ambassador, from the fleet that arrived in this solar system so long ago from the distant, cold depths of space. Your world that you have been sent to uplift the drow, to send them forth to do your bidding. Your world has been invaded by off-worlders who bring with them strange magic and a cunning that threatens to at least, slightly inconvenience your own. After using your ability to track the mental presence of every mind within miles of you, to lead the drow of the city directly to these off-worlders, they managed to escape by using illusions to create fake footprints in all directions at once. As far as Aurangaul is concerned, yes, it is Aurangaul's world, yeah. John.
Yeah. Finders keepers, losers suck.
All right. So, at that point, the off-worlders were able to escape, not completely going off of your mental radar, but evading the pursuing drow for the time being. Perhaps calling upon you, Aurangaul, to use other means at your disposal. You are still within the royal palace of the city of Zogatha.
Yes. And is my project image still above that footprint? Like, where John had like footprints, am I still...
Because you had to go and time kept ticking, your project image would have stayed there, but they managed to get away from the immediate area. So the trail, the trail has gone cold, but your project image can still be around if you want.
Yeah. So I'm going to use my project image, which is above, I guess, where they were camping or like close by where they were camping, to look around. What do I see?
Okay, roll a perception check.
Perception. All right, here we go. 25.
A 25. Okay. They were not camping in this immediate area. They were on the move. You gave their location to Royal Consort Fiam and the House of Duskren. They tracked them down to their campsite. And you would know, because you scried on them, that was the campsite that was on top of one of the Chitin's houses that collapsed. So you know the location of that. When you caught up with them here, they were further north. They had made their way through. They were trying to stay one step ahead of them, but you would track them all the way. So you would absolutely know the direction that they came from. And that is probably where you would need to... the trail would have gone cold after that. Not that you couldn't try to pick it up again, but the trail actually begins elsewhere from where you are now.
Got it. And at no point in time did I see the captain with a large box or a container.
Correct.
In this.
Even when you scried on their camp and you saw all of them sleeping, you did not see any large crates.
I would like to move my image to their campsite.
Okay.
I'm going to move it there, and I'm going to look around to see what I find. Do I see? I'm specifically looking for signs of have they left anything in a rush, like when they were escaping their camp? Were there any signs of where they slept, where they rested?
John, Captain, and Asena, after your camp collapsed underneath you, can you think of anything that would have been left behind?
I wasn't there.
Oh yeah,
that's right. You were off on a mission of your own.
Would I have left anything? I think maybe I... What do I have? What do I have that I would forget in a scuffle? I'm looking over the list.
Feel free to add small flavor items with no mechanical effect, as however you desire.
I may have left... Oh, I have 2 rapiers, 2 pistols, 2 everything.
If I don't find something on the surface or anything of note, I'm going to ask some drow to dig this place up.
To dig the place up,
Uncover
you
the
said?
secret. Yeah, uncover, look for clues, see if you can find anything, and as soon as you can, as whatever you find, like send it to me, like mentally, like send me
Mhm.
a message, or like just think about me lovingly and let me know.
If that is possible, that is what they will do.
I have a proposition to make.
Go ahead. Let's hear it.
I don't have. John is very meticulous about the places that he keeps his things, usually within his bags of holding. There's not much that he keeps on his person that isn't incredibly valuable. So, my proposition is this, Aurangaul. Normally, and this is going to be to you, not to the DM. Of course, it will take our GM's approval to see if this
I
applies.
say yes.
But because John rolled a natural 1, we've already resolved the whole thing around that. But it was a very intense scene with a lot going on, and it is possible that under very, very terrible circumstances, John might have left his seal that he crafted in order to keep that place safe from the peering eyes of the aberrations. As a player, I'm willing to leave that seal behind for Aurangaul to find. However, because that's not just a very minor, I'd say that's a pretty moderate issue, I would like 2 of your inspiration for me to be able to leave that behind for you to find. So John would not have access to that for the remainder of this adventure unless he can take the time to craft a new one.
For 2 of your
and-
inspiration. Oh my god.
And I would have to use my inspiration to find it.
It's effectively, yeah, you would be basically, we'd be comboing you not just spending it to the DM, but giving it to me in order to find this
Giving it
boon
to
of
you.
John.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Mhm.
But that's not to find it. That's to make it so it was left behind. We are doing a retcon.
Correct.
If this,
Correct.
Yeah.
without that, it never happened.
This is John's warding seal. It's a 6th level feature that John has to have crafted and used, and I'm willing to give it up. However, I want 2 inspiration for it.
Oh, well, the warning seal creates a spiritual boundary. What is undead cannot physically cross it. Aberrations, fiends, and undead cannot cross it or cast spells. A creature that feels it, a creature that succeeds and moves across, isn't affected by the boundary. So it's basically like a force field, but only for aberrations, fiends, and the undead.
Correct. Yeah, like outsiders.
And it can't be reversed. Like, it can't be used to keep things inside.
Not normally, no. But with enough inspiration.
All things are possible.
You know, I'll pass. Don't need it. Don't need this. It's gonna come and bite me in my.
I was gonna say I'm looking
Right.
forward to the I'll pass and then a super cut to the very last session. So wait a minute, no.
No, thank you. I will have to say no. Yeah, so I'm gonna ask the drow to dig this place up and find whatever they can and let me know.
Mhm.
My image instead is gonna turn towards like where I think where I lost the trail. I'm looking to that general direction.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna like ball my arms in a fist. Say, now for the next part of my plan, and it's gonna disappear.
Perfect. And your consciousness returns to your body. And I'm going to give you a little bit more time because a little time passed in the second half of the session, during which, at the end of this time, John, you don't have any precautions in place to block your 20 intelligence from being sensed, right?
Only holding his gun up to his head.
Okay. And are you
As
able
of
to
right
do
now,
that?
though, he's because right now he has his chitinous, aura about himself. So as long as he can every now and then, so there's effectively going to be every 10 turns there's a little blip, but other than that, no.
Okay. So you, over the course, at the end of whatever your next action is going to be, is when you will detect that John is now in the caves of the Coldriths, which I've mentioned to you earlier and that you are aware of since your mental presence extends that far, but you have taken no action against. But until then, you won't know that. So what would you want to do during the intermediary time?
Do you think the intermediary, what Aurangaul is going to do until he finds that little, like that sonar, is he's in. I'm guessing the queen has also left that chamber, and everyone's just going.
Yeah, you can probably find almost anybody that you need to. Every 10 minutes, thank you. You can probably track down anyone that you need to, but nobody's immediately with you. And you have your own private area quarters as well.
Yeah. Where are the shipyards where the spelljammer ships are kept on the moon?
Those are kept up on the surface for the most part, or not on the surface, but some of them dock on top of the major areas so that they can go up through natural tunnels towards the surface. But most of the fleet is not here in the city. Most of the fleet is in shipyards that are hidden just beneath the surface. This is a little deeper. There are like a handful of ships here.
I'm going to start making my way towards the shipyard.
Okay.
I might go to my room first in the palace where like Aurangaul resides, pick up a few items, maybe like an item, like just enough for an adventure, and I'm gonna head to the shipyard.
Okay. That'll take you a little bit of time, probably enough for us to get caught up. And during that, you would learn that they did not find anything at the campsite. It was almost entirely scrubbed clean. And they've been unable to find tracks, which is not unusual because a cavern doesn't keep tracks very well.
What about the other? And so the other jar have also failed.
Yeah, I rolled some perception checks. None of them, they didn't really have survival as a skill, which is what you need for tracks. And I rolled investigation for them as well, so they came up with nothing.
What good are these stupid drow? Oh, fine. Okay, so they let me know they haven't found anything.
Correct.
While since they haven't found anything, I'm going to talk to the leader of House Ilalora.
Yeah.
No, Duskrin. Sorry, House Duskrin, the one who
House Duskrin, the royal consort. Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to ask the consort what happened. What is their update on finding that shipment? Where is it?
We still have no sign of it whatsoever. We're tracking down the off right now. If we find the off-worlders, we think they'll lead us to it, willingly or otherwise.
What is the fastest way to travel from one place to the other on the moon? That isn't a flight.
A flight. They would have some mounts that they could ride, and really powerful ones would be able to teleport and such. But for the most part, again, they were left up here with virtually nothing to their names. So
right. Okay, I'm gonna ask them to be on standby and be like, I will have information for you very soon. Be ready to retrieve this something, whatever that may be.
Okay, they'll have teams ready to go. They already have a bunch of people out searching.
Yeah.
And refresh me, Abhora and Matt, you skipped town on the people sent to hunt you, right? You didn't. You escaped them. Okay, yeah. Yes. So there wasn't a huge fight. They just escaped.
Correct. Barely escaped.
Still counts.
Hand grenades and horseshoe.
Okay, so I've told the consort to stay on standby. I'm making my way towards the ship. I really have no clue where these clowns are. What else does Aurangaul want to do? I think that would be all for now in terms of. Would I know that? I don't know where they are, right? Even though out of game, I know they're with the Shaiteen.
At the end of this, you will know that's where he is.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, at the end, you don't know that you'll know that, but we know that you'll know that.
I'm just looking. Yeah, that's all. I could try scrying them again.
Is that a once per day thing?
No, it's a spell. It's not a once per day thing. No, I'd rather not. I'll save it for another time.
Okay.
I might end my turn, I guess.
Okay. All right. Captain Flig Knorpkin, you just shook hands with Guildmaster Flitch of the House of Hlaneld. You are still inside the Guildmaster's den in the deep areas of the caverns. Your trusty sidekicks are both with you, Salty Jimbo, and of course, Glebnor.
Glebnor. Yeah.
Glebnor. And Guildmaster Flitch told you that if you would bring these off-worlders, you'll receive a ship. And if they have the secrets that he seeks, 2 ships.
Huh.
But now it's pretty much up to you what you want to do next. You are off here in the city with the drow, and with Dresmorlin as well, the drow that survived the attack on your ship. But none of your compatriots, ? Are with you. What would be your next course of action?
Well, So I get the ships if I betray my new friends, and they have the information that they are looking for.
Bring me the off-worlders, and I'll get you the ship you asked for. If they have the information that I want, 2 ships.
Well, I guess I'd better go find my friends so I can turn them in.
You'll have to be careful about that. Half the city is out looking for them, and nobody seems to have a trace. Do you have any idea where any of them might be?
Not a clue, but in order to find these people, you have to think like these people. So, if I were an off-worlder, where would I go? Does this town have a welcome center or some sort of...
Yes, it does. And he flicks a knife out of his sleeve, spins it, and then slices it across the air several feet from your neck. But the meaning of the gesture is obvious.
I'm getting some strong vibes from that general area, so I think we'd better step outside.
Yeah, let me know if you find the welcome center.
Yeah, I think I found it.
All right. I'm going to pull up the map for all of our viewers at home so that we can just sort of get our bearings on where we are. You are down here at the House Hlaneld Guild Hall, which is hidden in these back alleys. Guildmaster Flitch has just dismissed you from his presence. You know, I think you know about the market and about the rendezvous with Zarvala's antidote. Is that correct?
Yes.
That might be the only lead that you have.
I'm thinking that's the only thing I can think of besides going to the local mall and sampling some wares. Glebnor, do you remember the directions of the way to the place that I dreamt about?
I'm afraid I don't, sir. I'm afraid I wasn't able to participate in that dream.
Damn it, Glebnor, what good are you?
I can retrace our steps to where we hid the goods in the ship, sir.
Yeah, well, I think that's probably best, that we go take care of the goods. The goods. We have to guard the goods.
All right. Glebnor will gladly lead you back if you are so inclined.
Yes, I think we'd better return to our landlocked ship. It is landlocked, isn't it?
It was right next to one of the slime rivers, but it's not actually in the water right now, so I suppose that's technically true, sir.
Let's see. We were told to rendezvous with someone to get some reward somewhere. Where was that?
Glebnor is ready to lead you back. You can make an intelligence check if you want, unless to see if you remember where those instructions were for. That would give you 2 different locations. You do also know that Asena went off to go explore the Slime River.
Ah, yes, that's
So those are your
right.
3 leads, I think. Matt, how you shared your plan with Captain Flig before you left? That you were going to go to the
correct me
chitin
if
colony?
You correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought that the plan that John and Captain Flig came up with were that John was going to go stir up some trouble with the chitin colony, the chitin rather, cotton colony, and the captain was going to get the assistance of the drow. They were going to safeguard our goods, and we're going to see if they could get the drow to continue on with effectively what was our
Did we
original
lose
plan.
someone? Yeah, we lost.
Did we?
Yeah.
Really? No.
I still have Matt. I still have Matt.
Okay,
The stream
good.
still has Matt.
Oh,
You
thank goodness.
lost Matt. You lost him.
That's
If
fine.
you're the only person who lost Matt, go ahead and give it the F5.
Well, Matt probably has his gun to his head. Is what's
Yeah.
happening.
Exactly. So you just lost track. That's obviously what happened. I was like,
There we
all right,
are.
Matt, now's the time to talk about all your secret plans. You can't be listened in on.
Squid stew.
You're back. Sorry.
But as from what I recall, John had shared with the captain that we had the plan to connect with the chitin colony and start some revolting, some rebellion, some rabble rousing, and that the captain was going to be using their charm, their sophistication, and lying through their teeth in order to gain the assistance of the drow, take the house, Vaneld, that we know is really the big backscabbers and usurpers of this place, and provide them with just enough information in order to try to let them in on there's going to be things happening in Zogatha in the coming days, actually probably sooner than later, and that they should be ready for a chance to usurp the main house of, I can totally pronounce this, Zalvir, and that was, but basically we would all, serendipitously, John believes that it'll all work out and we'll all end up where we need to be when the time is right.
Glebnor, I just had an idea.
Yes, Captain.
Why don't we convince the guildmaster to loan us some men, and then we'll use them to usurp the crown ourselves?
Sounds that sounds ambitious, sir. Do we want to wait for things to get a little bit more hectic before we make a move like that?
Damn it, Glebnor, if we don't move now, we won't move ever. I storm back into the guildmaster.
Okay, sir. Guildmaster Flitch is speaking with 2 drow who are like totally ninja gear, right? Underground ninja equipment covered with knives and poison and dark clothes and masks to hide their faces. And oh, you're back.
Guildmaster, this may be a bad time, but I just had a thought. In order to find these off-worlders, I'll probably need some help. You see, we're a 30-person crew, and these off-worlders are skilled in ways that I've never seen. So I would need your top talent to track them down.
Roll a persuasion check for me, please, Captain Flig.
Why, certainly. I get a +1 modifier from my draw.
Can confirm.
Oh, yes. Very soothing. Your in-flight movie has been interrupted by some turbulence that's causing us to crash into the ground. Persuasion. Oh, bitch. Do I have persuasion?
I was going to say, this is one of those things where the captain looks at you and says, obviously no, except for the fact you are quite charming and persuasive. So the guildmaster looks at you and says, okay, that seems reasonable. And the two assassins who he was just talking to, he rattles off something in Undercommon to them, and they nod. And they'll say, you can take these two with you. I was sending them off on business anyway.
Good to have you aboard. What are your names?
They both look at you in dour silence before Guildmaster Flitch snaps at them in Undercommon. Zeros. Imnil.
Great. My name is Captain Flig Knorpkin. Now, typically, when I have a new crew member join our group, I have them dismember themselves in some way. What? In order to fit the piratey look, you know?
I don't see a ship, Captain.
It's more of a metaphor, like an idea.
Then I'm metaphorically disfigured. Can we go?
That's the worst kind of disfiguration I've ever heard. You should get some therapy. Let's get going.
Oh! God damn it. And Dres Morland will go with you as well.
Ah.
Alright. So you are now accompanied by 2 Drow Shadowblades and Dres Morland. What do you plan to do with these 2 crew, and will that be enough for your needs?
I mean, the more the merrier, of course, but if this is all you can supply me for now...
Well, what do you need? You're on the lookout for some strangers. You want to blend in, right? You're not looking to take an entire death squad with you.
Well, blend in may be well and good. I don't want to arouse alert or suspicion. But these outsiders are crafty, and they are intelligent beyond anything I've ever seen. So, we may need more force than what we immediately think is necessary.
I'll have the rest of my house be on standby. I have eyes and ears everywhere. So if you do end up finding them, just call out, and I'll have them jump to the cause.
Okay, what? Just kind of some signal, help get them.
Sure.
Sick them.
Sick 'em. Perfect.
All right. Good to know. I turn about and strut out of the office after fumbling with the push-pull sign that I can't read.
All right. We're going to check in on John and Asena, but before we do that, you are planning... You mentioned something to Glebnor about assassinating the queen or taking over or something. You have 2 highly trained assassins, and if you get into some sort of other shenanigans, you might be able to call upon more. Now that you have backup, where are you going, and what will you do? What course will you set, Captain?
Well, I'm trying to remember where our rendezvous point was. What can I roll something to see if I remember where to, or is that just
no? Go ahead, roll it. I can tell you that it's in the market, but if you're not positive if the captain would remember that, you can make an intelligence check, or you can just decide that you know it.
I don't think he would know that. I think he's very forgetful and might need to roll for that. Now let's see here. Where was I supposed to go? I'm gonna roll an intelligence.
You just ding, ding. Well, off-worlder, Where would we start to find them?
I panic and I say, that way, and point towards the market.
Okay. And so off you head in that direction. Now that you have an escort, you are far less likely to be ambushed. No, if people see you in the company of other drow, they're not going to just immediately say, oh, look, there's the off-worlders, kill them. You'll be making your way through the fungus farms for a little bit of time. Enough time for us to check back in on John and Asena. Now, at this point, time has also caught up with us. So, Aurangaul, roughly at the same time that you reach the shipyards, which are a buzz of activity, and you know that the drow have been building ships as fast as they can with all the resources that they've pirated from the space lanes. There is an upcry amongst many of them for a full-fledged invasion of their homeworld, the forest world of Periant that lies in eyesight from where they stand on this blasted moon. So you're walking around, you see the various spinnerets, small ship boarding vessels, you see the larger death spiders, you've gathered a few things with you, and you do get another blip on your mental radar of John's presence. And as I said earlier, you are now aware that he's in the Coldrith Caverns.
What else do I sense around him in these caverns?
Let's see what else you'd be able to detect.
I'd be able to detect...
And while this is happening, even though Aurangaul is far away, this is a simultaneous scene. So John and Asena, I'm working you back in as well so that we can all be on the same page. So you detect multiple other minds in the same vicinity. Several of them have an intelligence of 11. A lot of them have an intelligence of 10. A few of them have an intelligence of 2, so they're animals.
Right. Apart from John, who's the next smartest person in the room?
Asena, what's your intelligence score?
8, so not me.
Mm-hmm. Well, there are 2 creatures with an intelligence of 13 in the same area. Huh?
Who are these creatures?
You don't know that. You just know their intelligence and their location. You can attempt to communicate with them, but...
And I will.
Okay, what do you say?
Ooh, I know what I want to do. How do I make this dramatique? I'm going to say, greetings. To whom do I have the pleasure of addressing?
I am a humble handmaiden of the Spider Queen, Great One.
Oh, hi. No, well, if you want your queen to live, I would suggest you let me talk to her. Where is she? Where is she?
The Spider Queen rests upon her great throne in the Demon Web Pits, Great One.
Would that be here?
No, she's talking about, with your intelligence, you know, she's talking about Lolth, the goddess.
Oh
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, and again, you'd be smart enough to know that, so we don't have to, you know, we can backtrack that.
I mean, sure, good for her. Let her slumber be full of good dreams. Who's in charge here?
That would be our queen, Clara.
Oh, where have I heard that name before?
That's the queen, the one that you're like working directly with. Roll an insight check for me real quick, please.
Sure. Insight. 24.
You know, it's ridiculous playing such high intelligence creatures. You immediately recognize this mind, not on an individual basis, but remember when I said that in the queen's throne room, there was another advisor who sat on her side and it was a demon?
Yes!
This is one of those demons, not the same one, but this is a Yolchol demon. And now that you recognize that, you know that there are 2 of them in this chamber.
Amazing. Do I know where their allegiance lies? Like I know
Lolth.
that
Lolth first and foremost. They will claim to serve one drow or another drow, but they are the direct demonic emissaries of the Spider Queen. And the Spider Queen is capricious and cruel.
Great. And okay, amazing. What is her name? I'm going to ask her. What is your name, High Priestess of, or
Talrina, great one.
Calrina? Calrina, there amongst you in your general vicinity, there exists a man, and I know I've seen John Carmichael, so I'm going to describe John Carmichael. I don't know who else John is with because I haven't seen Asena yet. I'm going to say, if you would be so kind as to capture this said man, and yeah, because I really don't. Asena could be like anyone at this point. I really have no idea. I'll capture him and perhaps bring him incapacitated to the palace.
Is that Lolth's will, great one?
It is your queen's will. I don't speak for Lolth, but she does.
Of course.
And as I blimp out, I just say, fuck him up.
Okay. Meanwhile, inside that very same cavern, Asena, you have been escorted here by the two handmaidens of Lolth, having a interesting philosophical conversation as you wander through the passageways. Dargan and Chester are both with you. On the other side are two chitines and a... John, describe your appearance again for me.
John looks like an incredibly small, incredibly old chitin with long hair, almost like a mane wrapped around their form, a hunched back, and just a tiny little guy. Little spider guy.
And has John done anything to let Asena know? You've just been introduced to the three mothers, the Coldriths, who hover at the center of the web.
Didn't want to interrupt us at the end of our pivotal part of the last game, but yes, John does again, not trying to give up the ghost necessarily in front of these drow that he sees Asena being escorted by, but he, as this little tiny chitin old person, is going to kind of reach up and just mimic, first of all, trying to at least get the eye of Asena, but as soon as like he kind of has her attention, he wants to do the finger tapping, like, hey, talk to my brain thing, and is hoping that she'll understand that that's like a thing that her and John do. And he mentioned that he was going to go start rabble rousing with the chitin, so hopefully she picks up on that and they can mind meld.
Can I roll to see whether Asena notices that or not?
Insight would probably be a good call, or perception, either one. 21.
I mean, my insight is pretty high, so I guess it works for you, Matt.
I mean, only if you want. I mean, gosh, I guess you don't gotta.
Okay.
Who are you?
Oh, thank goodness, Asena, it's me. I'm pretending to be a tiny spider person. So far it's working.
That's you?
Yeah, it's me. I mean,
Are you sure? Where are you really?
Are you sure it's you?
I'm about a foot or so behind the tiny little thing you see before you. Whenever I need to, I lean forward and kind of interact with things that need to be interacted with. But that's beside the point. I'm here with you, and I'm currently being escorted by the wrong of chitin. They brought me here, and it seems as though you're being escorted by a pair of drow. What's going on with you?
You pretty much said it. Just got some twin guys over here escorting me here, talking about love life and stuff.
Okay, wait a minute, but you went to go find out why the river was clogged. Did you resolve that?
Well, they came here, so the river is no longer blocked.
Okay. And those drow are allies of you? Did you convince them to help us, or are you their prison?
Both. Definitely both.
That is incredibly complicated, Asena, but I trust you on this. What's the play? Are we going to be convincing both these groups to work together, or are they enemies? I would assume, considering the Drow, the Chitin are here with the Three Mothers, there's got to be something more going on, right?
Yeah, I have a feeling that my side of this cave is the stronger side, so maybe you should jump on over here.
Well, hold on a moment. I kind of feel like all these sides may be working together. Mate, John, by kind of reading the room, it doesn't seem like this is like enemies facing off across a ravine. This seems like a gathering of sorts, right?
Give me an insight check.
I will do that thing that you ask. I got an 18. If it was a failure, I have a thing. Should I roll my
No,
thing?
this is not a
Okay.
yeah, this is not a meeting of enemies.
Yeah, I kind of feel like we stumbled into something that was already kind of in the works. The Chitin were not difficult to rouse into rebellion. It seemed as though, from what I was overhearing from their elders, something's already in the works, and by seeing these three important figures here along the web, I kind of feel like we're now embroidered in some really big coup.
Well, we can just see how it plays out.
Righto. Are you okay over there? You're not in any danger?
I don't think so. Unless these demons try something.
Wait, I'm sorry. Demon. You said-
I should have mentioned this, and I almost mentioned this at the beginning, John. Krontaka is not happy.
Okay, so Krontaka's not happy, and so does my best bud of work.
For dramatic purposes, it can Krontaka, like you didn't notice it until just now because you were distracted, but Krontaka is not happy.
With specifically the drow?
Yeah.
And when she says demon, okay. Asena, those demons, those aren't drow then.
Well, they're drow now.
Does John know about the Handmaidens and Spider Queen? Is that a thing that
Do
John knows
a
about?
religion check.
Religion check it is. A 16.
Yes.
Oh, okay, very good. I see what's happening here. Asena, you're in a really bad way over there.
I think they like me.
Well,
We do.
Oh, yeah, they can hear everything.
oh, you already had a. Wait, how the hell did they get in here?
That's just what they do, and they also know if you're telling the truth or not.
John, what happened was they're using innate telepathy, and they sent that to both of you. They are not they're not like part of your call. It's a separate call, but they seem to be listening in on your call somehow. Roll an Arcana check, please.
Sure thing. Arcana it is.
The Yolchol
Arcana,
can cast
more like Arcana.
The Yolchol can cast detect thoughts at will, which without a saving throw or anything gives them access to your surface thoughts, meaning anything that you say or communicate telepathically, they absolutely have access to.
Ah,
Crap.
very good. Okay. Hi there, Handmaidens. Pleasure to meet you. I'm John Carmichael. We've come here for a very important task. It seems as though Asena likely already read you into what's happening because you probably actually surmise what's going on here. So considering she's not dead or being sacrificed, I would assume it's a thing that your queen is wanting to happen.
Perhaps human. Your presence here, most unexpected. Although
As is yours.
So what are your intentions here?
Well,
Aurangaul, really?
yes, exactly.
We're gonna kill Aurangaul,
With the
and we're
intention
gonna help them.
of
kill
avoiding
them.
a war with Higher Soul, because I'm sure you understand, a war with the elves of Pyrentil. No, sorry. higher space. No, Parian.
Parian.
Gosh, a lot of words here. A war with Parian is not just a war with the elven worlds, it's a war with every single ally that they've made. And though the forces of Lolth be powerful, they, on this world at least, are sequestered and are vastly out-resourced and outnumbered. Despite the backing of the Illithids, this would not end well for them. You must understand that.
Do not presume to understand the goddess's will, human.
I presume no such thing. I merely point out that it's possible that we could avert a war at this time that may not be presently profitable for the Queen of Chaos or her ilk. And
You so close to
rearrange the board.
understanding, yet so far. Let us not speak of such things. We are not interested in your diplomacy. But the death of the Ulitharid Aurangaul, yes. The Queen Clara, she has grown weak, sycophantic, crushed utterly beneath the alien's will. She once had the favor of the Spider Queen, and we will see if she still does.
so a test.
Yes.
And you want to see if Queen Clara is going to be choosing the Queen or the advisor.
No, if she is fit to rule, then she will not need that thing whispering in her head. And if she is fit to rule, then she will crush this uprising. And if she is not fit to rule, she and all of her people will die, and their blood shall spill for the glory of the goddess.
Very good.
Yes, quite. We will help you in your purpose. What do you need? We have been cultivating this violence you feel brimming in the air before you for some time, waiting for the opportunity to cause that test of will, and you have brought it to our world. And for that, we are grateful. What is it that you need?
An opening. A gathering of sorts. We need to ensure that this advisor that can see all and react to much is not going to be able to escape when the time is right.
I see. We'll see what can be arranged with that. You speak to them. Speak to their thirst for blood. Speak to them of the will of the goddess. We will leave that to you, and we will tend to this business you've given to us.
Very good. Well, we appreciate your assistance, however that will pan out. And thank you for not draining me and my friend of our entire life.
For now. And the two drow bow and then walk out of the room.
And mate, I've got a questione.
Fire away.
So, you're still in telepathic talk. Not a big deal, but just wanted to give you a heads up.
Thank you. Go ahead.
So, not John and Asena, but Matt and Janessa kind of came up with a little idea of sorts. Something that, in this moment of revelation, with a possible recent upgrade that might be doable, I'm kind of wondering if we might be able to either bring into action now or possibly set forth in the future.
Sell me.
So we're speaking in brain to brain right now. So it's a little difficult to be able to, record something like that because it's mind to mind. However, John recently was able to upgrade his dual disc system with the dark powers of the Obsidian Tower.
It's a long story. Go ahead.
And I'm wondering if if John might be able to tap into mental synapses and not just,
You're a tech
whatever,
mage, right? You're a technomage.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
What's the over and under on John being able to just record this mental conversation between the drow, or not the drow, the demons, and Asena himself?
Okay, the over is absolutely you're going to be able to do this. The under is will they detect your thoughts? Because everything in your surface thoughts they can read, and you know this.
Yes.
Roll a deception check to keep that deliberately concealed.
Well, so my thought is this. Maybe rather than rolling perception or deception, wouldn't John be able to just hold the gun up to his head and just say, mind blank, you can't read my thoughts. The time it takes me to at least initiate this bit of contact.
But then once you've pressed that button to record, if you don't have the gun up to your head the entire conversation, then there's a chance you will think about the fact that you're recording. So you will need to roll something to not think about the fact that you're recording.
Yes, don't think about the pink elephant. I understand what you're saying.
Exactly.
Okay. Then yes, I will do that thing that you asked. You needed a deception check, you said?
I would accept deception, but this is also a test of willpower, so an intelligence check would also be acceptable.
Intelligence versus deception. But it'd be a proficient how would that work? A proficient intelligence check or just a straight intelligence check?
It'd be a straight intelligence check, but it wouldn't be against it wouldn't be an opposed roll.
Oh.
Because it's just your head, right? You can either try to lie in your brain with an opposed roll or make a flat intelligence check to just not think about the purple elephant.
Okay. But it's still a check, so I can still modify checks,
Correct.
right?
All your bullshit is still applicable here.
Easy. Let's bullshit with just mind is blank. I think of nothing other than the words that flow out of my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
That was a natural one.
Wow.
Your
All
thought
of
is,
that.
I'm recording.
I can't let them know. I can't let them know that they're being recorded for quality assurance purposes.
I can use an inspiration on that, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that.
The hut was fine, but this is a bridge too far, huh?
God damn it!
11.
Are you kidding me? Okay,
Wow.
hold on. I'm not done. A deduction die. Oh my God! Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Everything is going according to. Oh no! All right, hold on. What else do I have?
One
here?
more.
This is my life.
I have?
This is my life, Bombay. Every single time it's like, haha, you failed. He just goes. This character is built around having trap cards in his deck at all times.
So the unfortunate thing. Oh, go ahead.
Every deck runs out of cards.
He's saying out loud, haha, they don't know that I'm going to. Did I say
Mate,
that?
I have a question, mate.
Go
I'm
ahead.
just burning through all of my inspiration right now. Can I expand? I'm out of luck die for the day because I've been having a lot of these really choice rolls. Would I be able to expend some inspiration to get back a luck die?
No, because last time somebody played a luck card in Streamloots. All four of you each gain one luck die.
Oh, good. Well then, yes.
Okay. All right. Write that down, please, because I'm striking it from my record. Each of you gains a luck die.
Well, I'm using it right now, so
Go ahead. Let's see this.
come on. Finally.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Cool. Well, that's a 26 because
Okay.
I rolled a 1 on my deduction.
You recorded the conversation.
Oh, thank God. Okay, good. It only took half my resources to do that.
Can I ask them something before they go away?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Before you guys go, we had more drow with us, right? They weren't just a figment of my imagination. Where did they go?
Oh, we left them behind. They weren't part of this.
Like, we just walked away?
They had business to tend to, and they know better than to interrupt us.
Oh.
They don't need to know about any of this. They think
Okay.
We're taking you to go make sure that their priestess gets to rule over this wretched city. And we're going to let them think that, okay?
Right. Because you don't care about them?
If they don't see this coming and react accordingly, then they deserve to die.
You guys
Like that bicyclist.
are pretty smart.
You are too, Asena, in your own way.
Thank you. Okay, maybe we'll see you later.
I'm sure we will. Take care. Asena, is there anything else that you want to do?
No, I was just wondering where those people went.
Yeah, we left them behind. They did not come with. All right, so I'm going to briefly set the stage here. I'm going to let Abhora know that you have arrived at the dark market. There are like organs being sold here, poisons, like just lethal poisons, clearly labeled and out there, knives, dark magic. Like we have a soul in a jar here in case you need it, fuel your magic or whatever. This is a horrible place, and you can't buy everything here because again, the Spider Moon is not a rich, well supplied world, but the stuff you can get here is pretty specific. So, is there anything that you wanted to do along the way, or is there anything you wanted to do here as you're making your way to the potion shop to ask for Zorala's antidote?
I go shopping for hats. I am going to be a captain of 2 new ships. I need a new hat. Or is there a hat store?
There is. After all, they've recently branched out into piracy.
Hat store?
They have pirates now. There's a lot of Drow space pirates.
I stop into the hat store. And I'm just moseying about, looking at the fine millinery and trying a few on.
You, I see, have exquisite taste. There's a large purple-brimmed hat with a white feather through it. Yes, the Jarlaxle. Very, very popular in other worlds. It's inspired by, well, it doesn't matter. Perfect for the dashing mercenary captain. I can see it on you right now, yes.
Really? You don't think it makes me look like a pimp?
What's a pimp?
Well, you see, when a courtesan or some sort of lady of the night is seeking protection or management, she seeks out the assistance of a pimp, who is usually adorned in a hat such as this.
All right. I think, obviously, off-worlder. I understand how things work around here. This is Zogatha. If you can't protect yourself, you die. Every form of depravity and murder is permitted here. But we respect sex workers, so pimping is not a thing.
That's astounding. I don't think it's for me, though. Purple's just not my color.
No accounting for taste. What are you going to look for?
I pick up a jar of souls and I throw it over my shoulder. Ew.
Okay. The jar hits the ground with an audible thunk and rolls. And what's your armor class?
Oh, shit. Gonna get punched in the face, aren't I? Oh, crap. Armor class is 17.
Okay. The shopkeep stares in horror, and behind the curtain of the shop, it just parts, and a hand reaches out with a poisoned crossbow and just aims it right at you and pulls the trigger just on sight. It goes whizzing past you, And in response, your 2 Drow Shadowblade escorts return fire.
Can I stop them?
Sure. They draw very quickly. Like, they just immediately draw on this person to shoot them, and you're going to try to stop them? How are you going to go about that?
I throw my hands up and I say, "My bad. I thought it was some sort of bug."
Roll persuasion check.
this whole adventure is just going to be persuading everyone to not kill each other.
21. A splutter of curses. The hand that shot at you vanishes back, hidden behind the same shopkeeper's curtain, who looks at your 2 escorts, looks at you, says something in Undercommon that you don't understand, and goes and just sort of picks up the soul jar, polishes it, and sets it back down on the counter.
See, that's not so bad. We can all get along. But I do appreciate you sticking up for me. If more danger arises, shoot to kill. Don't mess around.
Yeah, that's what we do. Don't really have a non-kill. I suppose. They look at their darts and their crossbows real quick, and they swap them out. They're all like poison. Every single one of them has a different poison on it, and they swap them out. Soon enough, you are able to pass through a curtain of a tent that has been erected from spider legs, and then stretched fungus has been like rolled over it and alchemically treated to harden. And there are all sorts of fungi floating in preservative jars, and different organs from spiders and things labeled, different types of like venom and extract of carrion crawler from the surface. The alchemist overseeing the place looks at you with a completely flat affect. What will you be buying?
Good evening, my good sir. I was wondering if you had, I had a dream about it. I can't seem to remember. It was some sort of potion or other. Some sort of vaccine or
We have
bottle.
a wide variety of cures and potions and poisons, all available. Can you be more specific?
Just a bottle of your best stuff, whatever that is. Top shelf, high end.
I'll be right back. And heads into the back. Captain, were we supposed to ask for something specific? I wasn't in your head when all of this happened.
Glebnor, how many times have I told you to stay out of my head? And why weren't you in my head? That would have saved us so much trouble. God, can't you do anything right?
Apologies, sir.
It's okay, Glebnor. I can't stay mad at you. I can't remember.
Do you want your character? You can know in character if you want. You can remember if you want, because it's only been less than a day for your character.
I think it serves how unintelligent this captain is to forget something so important as like something that happened in what he perceives to be a dream. So can I roll for
roll intelligence? Absolutely.
I will see if I can remember when or what I was trying to buy. So I'm gonna roll
12. It was a name with a Z and an R and some L's in it, and it was an antidote.
Do you have any Zerali, Zertek, Zerlala, Zerlula antidote? I'm drawing a blank here. Help me remember.
I think I have something in the back. Let me see.
Yes.
We now cut, right before we're going to cut to Aurangaul, we cut over to the Cavern of the Coldriths, where John and Asena have been left by the demons, and as they depart, Krontaka's sort of anger subsides, John. But the three mothers are before you. We are the true chosen of Lolth. What news have you brought?
I don't really have a spider voice, so I'm just gonna do what you did. Yes. News from the grand city. Our rivers are choked with slime. Our people desecrated. Worked to the nub, the carapace weak and withered from overuse. We, one of the grandest and most loyal members of the Queen of Chaos, and yet we are treated as ruinous filth. You are our mothers. You seek to rejoin us to the Grand Queen. The Drow, no longer worthy of their high position and favor, they've squandered it and left this place in ruin. If they continue to sit atop their gilded thrones, forcing us into war and into death, there will be no favored of Lolth, only the ruins of what could have been. But now we have a chance. Our numbers still swell, and our pride, that which we have held dear, held close to our hearts, is at an utmost swell, to boil over, and to take that which is ours. We should march out upon all of the houses that desecrate our people. The time is right. There are those coming from the other worlds. There is dissension among the various houses, and there is talk of traitors within their ranks. Now is the time for our people to strike. Fill the streets with our throngs, our thousands. Give them something to gawk at.
Roll a persuasion check for me.
I will do that thing that you say. Persuasion. Well, that's a 9. I have one last deduction die, and
Oh my god.
I feel like I should hold on to it, but at the same time, like, God, this is so bad. Like a 9, really?
I will give you inspiration for the speech. I'll give you advantage rather for the speech.
Ooh, I wasn't gonna ask for it, but that's very sweet of you. Thank you.
If you roll a 1, I will laugh. You did not roll a 1. Okay. The maidens have spoken, and the old one has given us a sign. The hour is at long last upon us. Drink their blood. Sacrifice them to the queen they are unworthy to serve. And the noise of scuttling legs against scuttling legs from deep within the pit is skin crawling. It's not something that any mortal, any primate was ever meant to experience. It's real gross and real bad. Yeah. Content warning for this Shadow of the Spider Moon has spiders.
As long as it doesn't have moons.
Well, just the one. Just the one. So they begin to swell upwards in swarms, tiny spiders, enormous spiders, and the chitin who have been waiting for this moment for a long time. John and Asena, you have the opportunity to try to direct this chaos. It's going to happen very fast. Like you said, you've stumbled into something that was already going on, but you do have the opportunity to attempt to funnel or direct this. I am going to bring up the map again and ask you how you're attempting to direct this uprising. You are muted, and I get +1 XP.
It is very likely that the mothers are not coming with us. They need to stay safe here, away from the drow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, in that case, who are going to be? Is it just like are the mothers just sending out the chitin as just one big throng? Or
There are 3
any
mothers.
leaders?
Let's say that they have 3 different throngs who can combine their efforts or direct them in other, or split up. And it's not just chitines, like I said. There's a bunch of giant spiders and spider swarms and other nonsense.
Gotcha.
So you have a chance to attempt to point them towards something or someone. Would you, and if so, how?
Considering that we understand that House Laneld is kind of away from the main action, and the rest of the houses are all very close to Xavier, I think it's best to have them focus their efforts first on House. And let me go ahead. I have a thing to translate this.
Illawarra.
That's what I was saying. Illawarra. So direct them towards House Illawarra, and then on to the capital of House Xavier. Obviously, anyone that splits off will probably end up hitting Duskrin and Bindval, but these are the ones who are mainly hurting the chitin, and then this is the one that we need the chaos to spread to. So everything else should honestly be funneling to try and protect this main capital. So I think depending on where we're coming from, if it's right here, just kind of sending them, following the river or following the caverns, and then just making a straight push towards,
literally all of you go that way.
Just right down the middle. Have them aim their fury, their anger, their ire, and just direct it straight forward like an arrow.
Okay. Asena, do you have anything you want to say or do in this as the spider swarms begin emerging from the deep?
I don't think so.
Okay. Then, before we cut away from you, as this uprising begins, John and Asena, you have a moment to decide what your next move is going to be. You've recorded the Yolchol's mental communication. You've stirred the pot and unleashed the chitin uprising. What are you going to do next?
Are we together now, or are we still in a cavern? You are muted.
+1 XP. The scene starts in the cavern with just armies of monsters pouring past you, but you're not being attacked right now. You can shift somewhere else if you want to. You can communicate in private. The Yolchol are no longer there spying on you.
I guess I will jump over to where John is.
So are you gonna stay a spider?
I mean, I don't see another way of being able to.
Spider-Man?
I don't really see another way of being able to direct the forces as a mere man. So I believe I'll do my best. Yes.
Weird.
What about yourself?
Well, I don't know. Now I'm just a girl hanging out with a Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, but thankfully you were given the blessings of the Handmaidens of Lolth, so everything here should be pretty fine with you. And especially if you deck yourself out in your really scary stuff, your whip, your helmet, your crown, everything you've got that makes yourself look imposing. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But really, I guess this is what's happening. So we should direct the forces where they need to be, and then see if we can try and reach out with the captain. I can send him a message, find out how he's done with the drow, and see if we can get Dresmorland and the rest of his house in order to. Actually, maybe I should send a message to Dresmorland. don't know where the captain is right now. And I need to be able to get to their house. And considering how the captain usually reacts to people trying to get into their brain, this might fall on deaf ears. Yeah, I'm going to hit up Drismore. And so, John's going to send a message to Dresmorland.
Okay, it's a sending spell. You have 25 words or less. What do you want to send?
Okay, let's see. I'm going to workshop this real quick, but effectively something to the effect of...
Do you want a moment to workshop this and we can turn away from you for a sec?
Yeah, can you give me a sec? Yeah, that'd be great.
Bombay, Aurangaul.
Okay, it's been a while. What happened? Have I reached the ship?
Yes, you have.
Okay. I'm going to leave some of the belongings I took into one of my ships and leave them in there. I'm going to leave, as I leave the ship, it's been a while since I heard back from, the priestess or right? Because they were having this conversation, so I'm guessing it would have been.
Correct. It's been a few minutes. We'll say like 5 minutes.
Okay. I'm going to try reaching out to her again.
Okay.
What happened?
I have not seen this human you described, Great One.
Do I sense that they're still close by? But they're not. Are they?
It's a blip every 10 minutes. So, you know what? Let's say 10 minutes go by and you do get another blip on the radar. Detecting John in the area.
In the area. So I'm going to think, oh, okay. So you don't see a human. What do you see?
Oh, give me a sec here. We wander the paths of the rivers of slime, Great One, seeking its source.
Is she not with them? Is she not close to them?
No, she is.
Okay. Priestess, who is around you?
Hold, please. And in your mind, you sense the two Yolchol demons moving together, moving away from the away from the intelligence. Yes.
Yeah. Also, no one tells Aurangaul to hold, please. What the hell? Something's up. I said I'm going to talk to the two drow who are leaving. And where do you think you're going? I don't know who they are though.
You know they're demons disguised as drow.
Yes. Okay. Yes. And where do you think you're going?
To bear urgent news. The Offworlders are here to kill you.
Well, I have something that could expedite that process.
Expedite killing you.
Well, as long as that's what they think. What do the demons want? What do the demons want?
They are actual servants of Lolth, above and beyond the drow themselves. Roll a religion check, or failing that, just an intelligence check. And I'll come out of my cave now.
28.
Okay, Lolth is a capricious and cruel goddess. She's not even really on the drow's side. She demands their complete obedience. She does not love them. She does not care about them. She does not care if they are happy or if they succeed. Sure, she hates the elves, but really, she wants their full loyalty, and every so often she just changes her whim and decides to have them kill each other. The entire reason Drow society is such backstabbery is because of her influence. So
She loves a
you
little chaos, and she
loves a little
inflicting
chaos, but also demands their complete faith, loyalty, and obedience.
Amazing. Okay, and these two demons are followers. They follow her over the ground.
Correct.
All right.
They're her
I can work with that.
emissaries.
I can work with that. I'm going to say, how about you bring, you know, John Carmichael to the palace? Any way you want. Like, choose violence, choose non-violence, whatever. You can bring him to me any way. You don't even have to fight him. If you can deceive him, deceive him. And in return, I will make sure that you receive. I will make sure that you will have a bigger hand in a lot of chaos that would plague the Spider Moon.
And what can you offer? Because you're going to have to do a lot to outplay this. And
What would I like to offer?
as she transmits that, you detect thousands of minds, most of them dim little flickering lights at most, moving out of the caves towards the city.
Okay. I'm going to offer them, I would say, soon. There's going to be a vacuum present in one of the houses. There would be seats to be filled. There would be titles to usurp. I'd let you have first pickings when that happens.
That's tempting. But we're about to create some openings ourselves.
Not without my knowledge, you're not.
I'm sure you'll be aware. And again, thousands of Kytine are emerging from the caves and heading towards the city. You are detecting this just absolute surge. Let's call it an invasion.
The Kytines are following whom exactly?
Do you mean in terms of like where their loyalties lie?
Who do they take orders from?
The three Coldricks, who are their like evolved leaders out here in the caves,
Do I know
who John was just meeting with.
Do I know where they are?
Yes, you do.
Okay, I'm going to immediately turn to one of the pilots of one of like a ship near me.
Mhm.
I'm going to give him coordinates. I'm going to ask him to run his ship into the three of them.
They are deep underground.
Oh,
Aurangaul.
Wait, hold on. And would Aurangaul know that the three mothers are those beings down there? Would they be aware
Yes.
of the mothers?
Yes. Aurangaul has been keeping track of like all the different power players in the city for a while. So does have previous knowledge of that. Has been leaving them alone just in case they're useful.
okay. So they're deep into the ground. What would happen if the three of them would die? What happens to the Kytine?
Well, eventually they might go back and obey. But based on the current trajectory, by the time that news of their death reaches the others, there may have already been a lot of chaos. It may already be too late. I'm just checking something real quick.
Okay. So clock's ticking. Okay. Okay, so I would obviously know something crazy is going to happen. Instead, I'm going to turn to the handler of the ship I just came out of, and I would say, keep the engines running.
The mage bows and then goes to the helm, and a prisoner is tied to the back of it. And as they sit upon the helm and fire up the spelljammer, it starts to drain life from that prisoner at a very slow rate because that's the source of the drow spelljamming energy.
Sure, we might have to leave this room soon. Okay. So these two demons are definitely sent. Okay. They have.
Basically, what they're saying is like we're listening, but we're getting ourselves something nice right now, and like so
Okay,
that's.
I mean, Aurangaul's not gonna bark. Like he already made an offer. He's not going to.
Mhm.
He's not. He's like, suit yourselves. I will remember. I will remember this exchange when the time comes. Cool. I'll turn that off. Oh, back to the other advisor who's around John Carmichael and everyone. She didn't tell me what she saw around her, did she?
Correct. So she was the demon playing coy at first, acting like she didn't see anything. That was the demon talking to you. And then she sort of dropped the charade now that the Kaitine are revolting.
Okay.
So she didn't tell you what she ended up seeing. But she did tell you she knows that they're here to kill you.
Yeah, well, old news. Does the other captain come up on my radar at all? Who's at the shop of poisons?
The problem is that the captain's intelligence isn't high enough to stand out in the crowd. That being said, John, have you had a moment to cook up that thingamajiggy?
I'm cooking up a lot of things. One sec.
Okay. So in that case, roughly at that exact same moment, Aurangaul, you would get a message from your agents at the shop saying that the captain is here. He's not alone. He has a drow escort. House Hlaneld, assassins.
Who do they belong to a specific house?
Yes, House Hlaneld. The sneaky, assassin-y types.
I'm gonna make while my ship is running, I'm gonna make my way towards. I'm gonna communicate to the shopkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
He knows who I am. I'm like,
yes,
what's his
you're
name?
right. Zarala.
Can you say
It's Zarala's
what's his
antidote.
name?
Zarala?
What's the shopkeeper's name?
Zarala.
Oh, Arella. Okay.
Yeah, Zarala.
Okay. Arella, it is I, Aurangaul. Now, don't give away. Don't get that away just yet. Act absolutely normal. You see, I'm sensing there's someone in your shop right now. A certain, based on what I can see or can't see, there appears to be a rather dim-witted humanoid in your establishment.
Yes.
Amazing. What is he looking for?
The antidote.
Why don't you? How long would it take for me to get there?
It would take you probably at least 30 minutes. Because it's up
How
near
far?
the surface.
And that's without traffic.
Mm-hmm.
I can just fly.
I mean,
You could take a ship down through the tunnels, one of the small ships down through the tunnels to make it much faster.
Sure. You know what? Let's do that. I'm going to tell the shopkeeper, why don't you keep him there for a while? I would like to see this specimen in person. While that happens, I'm going to communicate to any drow from any of the families that are still loyal to the queen within the area to form a blockade around this shop.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I would get into a tiny vehicle and I would make my way downtown. Making my way downtown.
Walking fast. Eating brains.
Yes. I'm also going to tell, if I do have another action slot, I guess, I'm going to let the queen know about the fast-pacing spiders or creatures that are approaching, and they can do whatever they'd like. I'm also going to blame John Carmichael for this.
Okay.
Yeah, by the way, can I just chime in? You keep throwing around the name John Carmichael. Where'd you get that name? Not from John.
Correct.
Oh.
You don't even know he's human. You don't even know if he's not a drow. You just talked to an intelligent person.
But you do know the name.
How would I have known the name?
The Yolchol said the name.
Yes, that's how I know the name. Aha. And in my experience, I haven't heard of a drow coming up with a name as unimaginative as John Carmichael. So I'm going to assume doesn't seem to ring any family descent, nothing. It just seems. Um,
I think I just lost Bombay on the stream. Are we all just like
briefly? Just briefly.
Okay. Yep, you're back. You're back.
Yeah, and I'm going to let the queen know that there is a huge army of a horde of little spider things heading towards the way. They can do whatever they'd like, in terms of their city defenses. I assume. I don't know if they're coming towards me. I don't think they're coming for me.
You would have on your mental radar, they are heading towards the palace.
All right, so I would let I'd let the queen and like all the respective authorities know that defense is up. A bunch of critters are coming your way. Critters sent by a non-drow, at least, called John Carmichael.
What the fuck is a John Carmichael? Okay, now, all right. So we're roughly at the half, which means we're going to go to break soon, which means Bombay is going to leave. So I just want to sort of take stock of everything. Your ship is up and running. You're headed to the dark market to see the captain yourself. The Haitine are swarming towards the palace in huge numbers. The captain and two Hlaneld Shadowblades and Salty Jimbo and Glebnor are all in the shop. Asena and John are somewhere in the tunnels in a place of their choosing. And I think I've written down everything that you were setting in motion. Before you go, Bombay, was there anything else that you wanted to make sure that we covered? Also, actually, do you have a few more minutes, because we might need to keep you here, because otherwise I'm gonna have to lock Abhora in stasis, because you're on your way right now. You know what I mean? So if we can either build in a delay, or we can try to go to that scene before we cut away.
There's no hard stop. We can extend it.
Okay, all right. Then let's go ahead and do that.
We can build in a delay. I can stay as long as you agree to take back the inspiration you just gave before.
Whoa!
Yeah, I can stay for a bit for sure.
Okay, sweet. So, John, read aloud the sending spell that you just fired off.
Okay, so it's John. Titan are uprising to capital in force. Rally House Lanel to outmaneuver, in quotes, House Savir. Destroy the Illithid and take your rightful place. Respond.
Gratitude. Do you know where the Illithid is? We will react swiftly. And obviously, a sending spell is only good for one communication, so he closed that off with the "we will react swiftly." Hey, if you want to let us know where the Illithid is, that's fine.
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
If I get that information, I'll give it, but I don't have it right now.
Okay. All right. Bombay, I have you halfway in the system. Let me patch that in. We're going to, because of our timing and such, we're going to go ahead and go to the dark market. Fixing this. All right. While I am fixing this, Abhora, the proprietor of the shop, Zarala, goes up to a top shelf and then gets down 5 different glass bottles. Each of them, they're all very, very small. Each of them have colorless liquid. And they're all slightly different shapes. I believe any of these would suffice.
Yeah. I pick one up at random. How much is this one?
This one. Before you purchase this one, it would be best to ascertain its efficacy on your non-drow biology.
Oh. So these are drow only antidotes, eh?
That remains to be seen. The theory holds that they should work perfectly functionally with you. However, I would not want to sell you something of an unspecified efficacy.
So the shop sign is Undercommon. Do I speak Undercommon?
I don't believe you do, otherwise this adventure would have gone very differently.
So I walked into the potion shop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for Zarala's antidote.
Mm-hmm.
The shopkeeper's name is Zarala,
Mm-hmm.
but I have no way to know that.
Correct. They have not identified themselves by name. The signs are not readable.
It's not in my nature to ask what somebody's name is, so...
Right. It's on brand.
So I think... Well, I was told to come here by a dream. And as far as dreams go, it was very odd. It was just a voice, a disembodied voice talking to me, and said I needed to come here and buy something. I can't remember what it was. It's a word that starts with a Z and ends with a couple of L's and R's and O's. I can't remember.
I apologize. I misunderstood. That is a very specific order. It is reserved only for elite customers. The shopkeep starts like sweeping up and removing everything else that was set out. I will prepare this for you. In the meantime, please make yourself comfortable. And two giant spiders pull out a enormous couch that's like stuffed with, it's got like, again, like all these leg shaped, spider leg shaped backs to it, and these velvet red cushions, and the spiders just sort of like drop it and then into the back.
Do you have any furniture that's not creepy? Like something with regular legs, or is everything just kind of spidery here?
It's kind of our thing. Tell you what. And Zarala walks over and pulls the cushions off the couch and just puts them on the ground, and then instructs the spiders, who then drag the now just bare spider leg couch frame back into the back of the shop.
Well, I guess that's where the phrase "don't look a gift spider in the mouth." Am I
Right.
am I killing here or what? Do you have any coffee there, shopkeep? I'm sorry, what was your name?
Coffee. I don't think we're familiar with that. I'm sure we can procure a beverage. What are the qualities of this coffee that you seek?
Oh, just something hot, something energizing. Goes great after dinner or for breakfast. Or do you have any kind of tea? Or
Yes, I will brew that immediately. Please wait for the water to boil.
Glebnor, while he's distracted, steal everything that isn't bolted down.
I think that's probably a good choice here. And Glebnor just like sort of exudes a pseudopod and engulfs a bottle, and then it just warps right back in, and you see this potion just hidden within the armor.
Good. And I take whatever tape dispenser, staple clip holder is, and I put it in my jacket pocket.
Okay, roll a sleight of hand check. And that is going to buy enough time for your ship to arrive, Aurangaul.
What did I miss? I'm sorry, I kind of went in and out, but
Oh, Aurangaul didn't miss anything. What Bombay missed was Zarala absolutely stalling the crap out of the captain, and then the captain stealing things from the shop. Now, as you soar over the area, you can see that the Kytine, like, they're already attacking the edges of the city.
yeah.
It's a bloodbath out there. And the Illawarra and some of the other Drow families, I mean, at this range, this high, it's impossible to tell who works for who. It's not like they walk around wearing their house colors. That would make it too obvious. But yeah, the battle has started, and it's going to be a bloodbath.
All right. Have a few Drow formed like a little barricade around the shop?
Yes. Upon your arrival, you notice that some House Zalvir loyalists have indeed formed up around the area.
All right. I'm going to land outside the door. There. Is the door open?
Let me see. I'm gonna see if I can whip up a battle mat here, because I wasn't expecting, just in case things get ugly. Yeah, this isn't exactly right, but we're gonna use this for the time being. It should actually be much smaller than this, but you know, fuck it, we ball. Captain Flig, Glebnor. The door of the shop is closed, and the House Zalvir agents are standing by with steel bared and ready to go.
I can sense where the captain is. Where is the captain?
The captain is inside.
But I can't see him through a window or anything, right?
Correct. This is a shady shop for shady dealings. They don't.
Sure. I'm going to. I see this happening around me. I see that there are these little spiders. There's something. I can eat all these mines. I know things are getting chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to wait around. I'm going to open the door and cast Eye Bite on the captain.
Okay.
I'm going to try and...
Go ahead.
You have to... it's a spell that lasts a minute. You need to... it's a wisdom saving throw. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make you fall asleep.
All right, roll a whiz. So first off, I would like both of you to roll for initiative. Then I would like... And Aurangaul, you have a good chance.
Surprise.
What was that?
I knew he was there. I'm going to surprise him.
He's there. He's not alone.
That's okay.
So you probably are going to pull this off. Are you just busting down no one's going to stop you. You can just open the door. The thing is, when you open the door, those are two Shadowblade assassins in there. So the moment the door opens, they're going to pull weapons and spring into action. You would know that is going to be their behavior. Because in this city, you always assume you're about to get got.
And the assassins are Drow as well.
Correct. House Laneld.
House Lanel. Okay. Ooh. Who do they owe their loyalty to?
What was that, Matt?
I was just going to say, you know how amazing it would be if we spent all this time planning for the assassination of the Illithrid, and they just get
They just
themselves killed by
stab?
a couple of schmucks. Yeah, like how amazing with that. Captain Flig was like, "Give me a couple of assassins. It's fine."
They worked for Guildmaster Flitch.
Okay. I'm going to. Yeah, sure. I'm still gonna do that. I'm still gonna use like I've got a whole legion of drow behind me and the
Yes.
shopkeeper. Yeah, we've got enough money to do assassins and the captain. I'm still gonna go ahead with my plan.
Okay. Then I'm going to roll initiative for the Shadow Blades. Right now you have it with a 17, and we're going to check in on John and Asena in a moment, unless the two of you want to step away for the break since we're in this.
Damn it.
We
Okay.
could break.
Okay, yeah. Pods, Matt, take 5. Take like 7.
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay.
So Aurangaul, you still go first.
Damn it.
All right. I cast Eye Bite.
Okay.
Sorry. Actually,
Hmm.
all of those things. Actually, no. I'm gonna do Mind Blast instead.
Okay, there we go. Now we're talking. Now we're absolutely talking.
Yeah, I'm gonna do Mind Blast on all 3 of them.
All right, there is one tricky thing here, however,
Sure.
and that is good old loyal Glebnor, who gets advantage on initiative checks.
Oh.
Ha!
And here's the other thing, though. Glebnor had no way of expecting this to happen. But Glebnor also has an ability called Danger Sense, or Feral Instinct.
Of course he does.
Glebnor is
Yeah.
surprised, but if Glebnor is surprised at the beginning of combat and isn't incapacitated, they can act normally on their turn, but only if they immediately enter a rage. You open the door and just start channeling your powers, and this amoeba in armor looks at you and just starts and runs screaming towards you
Okay.
in a rage and attacks you twice with a big old maul. If you have any abilities that are reactions, you may use them.
I do not have a. No.
Okay. A 23 hits
Yeah.
Ooh.
for 10 points of bludgeoning damage,
Sure.
and a 21 hits
Yeah.
for another 10 points of damage.
All right.
Ooh.
All right. There's a screaming, gibbering, frothing blob person in front of you. Mind Blast?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I'm guessing it's a 60-foot cone. Can I get everyone in it?
Let's find out. It's a
Oh yeah.
yes. The answer is yes. Yes, you can.
I'm gonna get Mind Blast.
All right. Click Mind Blast on your character sheet. I like to imagine the squid person opens the door and the captain's like, well, hello there.
Yeah.
I'm more like, Lebnor, what's gotten into you?
Okay. Captain, roll an intelligence saving throw.
Oh god, this
What
is
is-
not gonna be good.
Doesn't something happen if they fail the throw? Don't they?
Oh, yeah. They're stunned.
They're stunned.
Yes.
Ah!
That was super close. You have inspiration and you have a luck die. Do you want to use either of those? It's still a slim shot. It's a very slim odds.
I gotta use it, I'm afraid.
Oh,
Okay, we're burning the luck die. Roll again. Do you want to burn the inspiration as well and just throw everything at this?
I see him trying to resist, and I'm like, don't even.
Just
bother.
don't. Do you want to burn the inspo?
Keep resisting.
Okay. Roll one more time.
Oh my.
All right. Bombay,
Enough!
Roll 40, 12 plus 5, please.
Me?
Yes.
Can I just hit the exact?
It didn't go off for some reason. Like the character sheet, the default Illithrid character sheet is not set up to automatically roll for you. You can take the 31 if you want. You can just say, screw it, it's 31 points.
I'll take 31.
Okay.
31.
Okay. Okay. Abhora, you have one more thing. You have a special ability called Indomitable.
This is what in the
It's
name
level
of
11
Swiss
gameplay
Army
plus all of our
knife?
nonsense, which gives you one more saving throw.
Before I throw this, I think back at what my grade school teacher told me about, son, you may not be the brightest, you may not be the smartest, but god damn it, you're indomitable. And
Blood failed, by the way. Another 8.
So mad at the
Huh, maybe I saw that speech on TV.
Okay, let's see. And we have 2 saving throws from the Drow assassins. 1 succeeded and 1 failed. Okay, so. Oh, and Salty Jimbo is just immediately knocked unconscious from psychic damage. He's just blasted into like 0 hit points. He's down.
Damn. Salty Jimbo!
Wait, I will give him a save just in case he like nails it. But yeah, no, he doesn't have a +1 to his intelligence. I'm sorry. All right, Captain, you're stunned. Go ahead.
All right. So one of the assassins is stunned. The other one isn't. Correct.
Correct.
And the captain is stunned.
Correct. And you've used your action. You have
I'm gonna
not.
look at the one who isn't stunned and say,
Sorry, what were you saying? Oh, I think we're losing you. We had a bad
can I talk to
connection.
him?
I was losing connection for a moment, but yes, you can talk to him.
Okay. I'm gonna look at this assassin and say, I'll let you pick one to save. Would you rather pick your friend or would you rather pick the captain?
Roll an intimidation check for me.
Intimidation. I don't. Oh,
Charisma,
is
then.
that just charisma?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, I clicked it, but I don't know if it went through. Thing. It's not going through. That's
Oh,
weird.
shit.
Wait, let
Okay,
me pick
there it
this
went.
character sheet again.
I completely forgot about
Oh, there's now something.
Dresmorlin is in here as well, and Dresmorlin would also be caught in the blast.
All right, so I rolled a 19. Oh, actually, yeah, I rolled a 19.
Okay. Also, there was another drow in the room whose head just exploded.
Full damage. He'll clean it up.
You don't even need the drow doesn't even need to respond. That's a look of acquiescence.
Sure. While Abhora is stunned, I guess they don't have an action. I guess
On Abhora, at the end of Abhora's turn, you get a new. At the end of each of a stunned creature's turns, they get a new saving throw. So there's a chance they can
At the
break
end
out
of
of it.
Okay, I'm going to, while that happens, as for my last thing, I guess I would do on my turn, I'm going to ask all the drow behind me, like the drow, to capture Abhora, capture the captain, take him to the ship I was prepping.
Okay. Captain Flig, it's the end of your turn. You're stunned. Roll another intelligence saving throw.
Yeah, I think back at all the Jeopardy I've watched, and I pull on my very last brain cell, and it fails.
Okay. The 2 drow move into the room. Actually, one of the drow moves into the room and grabs the captain and starts dragging him towards the door. And the other drow looks at the the stunned amoeba in front of you and says, "What about this one?"
What is this? Like, who is this amoeba?
It's a plasmoid. It's a type of they're a sentient life form that's amorphous, but they're intelligent. Yeah.
Is there a poisoner that can kill him in this room?
Yes.
This is all right. I look at the owner. I want you to dunk 100 gold pieces worth of poison into this plasma. Get rid of it. No one gets to swing it, inhale it, and live to tell the tale.
All right. Zarala goes for the definitely not the antidote. And at the end of the round, we'll go ahead and administer that. The other drow who are with you make their way into the room and continue to drag away.
I want them to bind, like tie the captain down, like
Okay.
like arms, feet, tongue, eyes. Make sure they can't cast any spells. Make sure no fingers can be moved. Nothing somatic. Nothing. You're a mummy.
Damn! And the whole time I'm like,
So one of them is actually going to cut you with some drow sleeping poison, Abhora. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
You picked the wrong buddy.
Yeah, you are in fact not affected, but they are going to start. They have manacles. They're like shackling your feet, shackling your hands. They're just going to town. The shopkeep is still in the process of poisoning getting Glebnor poison. So Glebnor gets another. Let's see, another chance to save. Roll an intelligence saving throw, please. No, an intelligence check, Aurangaul.
Sure. 23.
Plasmoids are resistant, but not immune to poison. And acid.
All right.
Glebnor rolls a natural 1.
Oh,
Aurangaul,
so
it's
sad.
it's your turn. Captain Flig, on your next turn, you're basically going to get one more save, and if that doesn't go your way, then you're getting dragged off in chains. But first, Aurangaul, you get another action if you want to use it.
I'm gonna restrain him with my tentacles while they do that. Oh,
Okay.
I should actually take a bite of your brain. Hold on. Can I do that?
This
I
kills
actually
the
can
crab.
even extract brain. What happens lore-wise? What happens lore-wise if I like eat his brain? Like on the
If
spot?
you eat his brain, you absorb a lot of his information and knowledge.
Oh, that's what he would want to do. Obviously. That just makes sense. While this is happening, I'm gonna wrap my tentacles around. If this attack is a success, would this be fatal? I
Yes.
don't want to kill this.
Yes. This would kill this if you eat. Yes, eating the brain kills the crab.
Oh my god!
Do it.
Food poisoning. I know you're listen. Intelligence-wise, I know you're stupid as fuck. So I'm not gonna taint my I don't want to die of food poisoning.
You're on a no
Don't
junk food
justify
diet.
it now. Don't justify it now. Give me an honorable death.
I'm going to wrap my tentacles around him just to make sure if he tries to escape, he does it as a disadvantage.
Okay.
You know, if there are any movement. Yeah.
Flig, roll one more intelligence saving throw.
Here
I'm
goes what a 0 modifier has to show. Damn it!
Fire. Okay. Well, dramatically speaking, we close the curtain on this piece of our story, and I am going to need to take a short break as well. Abhora, you can stick around for the second half or not. That's going to be your call because you're going to be preoccupied.
Well,
You know what? I was going to leave. Do you mind if I stay? I'm enjoying this now.
You can stay. Yeah, you can absolutely stay. But I do need to take a break for my own stuff.
Yeah.
We'll be back in 6 minutes, folks. We'll continue the story. Stay tuned.